What's up YouTube, it's your boy GSG Shots bringing got some updated settings for Black Ops 6. I've been testing out a lot of settings since the release and I definitely found the best ones to have you guys with high FPS and shooting super accurate. To start off, we're going to start off with the graphic settings. For the display mode, you want to have this on full screen exclusive unless you have a reason to switch back and forth between monitors, like if you're streaming like me or making content, any type of thing like that. You probably want to have this on full screen borderless, but if that's not the case and you're just playing a game, have it on full screen exclusive. Next, you want to scroll on down here. Make sure your refresh rate is to the refresh rate of your monitor, the maximum one, because sometimes this will be set to the wrong thing and definitely don't want that. If it's grayed and darkened like that, just put it on full screen exclusive and you'll be able to change it to whatever you would like. Moving on down here, for the brightness, I have mine set to 65, and for NVIDIA reflex low latency, I have it on. If you're on something like a laptop or you got lower end specs, I recommend doing on plus boost, but if you have a pretty solid PC, definitely just have it on. Make sure you have all the V-Syncs off. The custom frame rate, I like to have this on unlimited. Some people like to cap theirs at the maximum refresh rate of their monitor. You should test that out on your setup and see which one works best for you, but for me, I just keep it on unlimited. For the reduce menu render resolution, have this on maximal so it's not doing too much. The reduce quality when inactive, I have that on 10 minutes because I feel like it might help me, you know, not have my PC running so hot, you know, help it cool down sometimes. So I definitely have it on 10 minutes instead of off. You can do 5 minutes, but I feel like there may be an issue with that, so definitely just have it on 10 minutes. Now for quality, make sure your render resolution is on 100. Make sure you have dynamic resolution turned off. The upscaling, I have that on fidelity cast, and make sure the strength is on 100. Next, we're going to move over and make sure the VRAM scale is on 90. The variable rate shading is off. Texture resolution, there is a lot of things here, so I'm probably going to skim through this pretty quickly. I'm going to go low. Make sure the depth of field is off. The detail quality normal, particle resolution normal, bullet impacts and sprays I have on. This personal preference. You can turn this off, but me, I like it, so I keep it on. The persistent effects off, and then I'm gonna go medium. On demand texture, I have that on minimal, and the local texture, I have that on low. Then we're gonna go very low, off, normal, low, near, low, off, and off. And then over here on the view, this should be turned off because I'm pretty sure it only has to do with custom settings, but the motion reduction preset should be off. For the field of view, I have that on 120. Then we're going to go affected, wide, 90, and then wide again. Make sure you guys have motion blur turned off because we do not want that, and want our game as crisp as possible. And for the camera movement, make sure you have that on 50%. Now they do have a new benchmark tool that you can use, but for me it's been glitching up and kicking me out, so I haven't really been able to finish. But you can get an example of what the FPS will be with these graphic settings, and I'm pretty sure you would definitely like them. Now for everybody's favorite part, the controller settings. All right, so my sensitivity is 6.6. If I'm feeling a little slow or clunky, I'll move it up to 7.7. Moving on down, make sure you have controller vibration off. For the dead zones, make sure you guys have this as low as possible without having any thumbstick drift or your triggers aiming or shooting without you touching them. And make sure you have the left stick max to 75 so you can get the most of the rotational aim assist, excuse me. For the sensitivity multiplier, make sure you guys have your ADS sensitivity on 90. I would use between 0.80 and 0.90. That's kind of the sweet spot for me. Make sure your target aim assist is on. For the aiming advanced settings, make sure you have the ADS sensitivity transition timing on instant, the aim response curve dynamic, and for the slope scale, I have that on 90. Between 0.80 and 0.90 is usually the sweet spot for me. Moving over here to movement, sprint assist I have on, mantle assist I have off, but this may change when Warzone comes out because I feel like there's a couple things in there that can help you out in some of these gunfights. Crouch assist I have off. Corner slicing I have off. I don't really like it when your character starts to lean to the side when you're going through like where you're near walls and stuff like that. I may give it a little bit more testing, but for now I'm gonna keep it off. The slide and dive behavior, I have it on hybrid. The auto door peek off. Moving on down, auto mantle or airborne mantle off. Sprint restore on. Slide maintain sprint on. Most of these are pretty simple here. For combat, most of these things should have transferred over from the MW3 or Warzone, but if not, have it on hold. ADS and melee for the mount. Make sure your plates is on apply all. The C4 detonation have that have this actually set to 1 by 1. The equipment behavior hold, and that should do it for the controller settings. Now for audio, these should have transferred over from Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone, but if not, make sure you guys have the master volume on 100. The gameplay music have that on 0. The dialogue have that between 60 and about 75 at the most, because you know sometimes the dialogue can mess up you hearing audio cues and things like that in the game. So make sure you change that. Next, we'll turn on the enhanced headphone mode. They have did a few different things with this the audio situation on the game, and now there is a, I guess you would say, a paywall for audio now, which is pretty crazy. And I've tested it out. I really don't see a huge difference, but if you would like, you can test it out. And basically you go here and you scan this QR code, and you'll be able to customize or personalize your headphone settings for the game. But it really doesn't make much sense. I really think it's a very big gimmick, to be honest with you. Once you scan the QR code, it will give you like a 30-day free trial to try it out. I tested it out. It's not really much. It's just like a face scan. I don't know really how much that can help you in the game, to be honest with you, but hey, it's a thing in here. And after that, I'm pretty sure it's like $20 for a one-time payment thing. So hey, if you want to test it out, and maybe it works for you, maybe it doesn't, I don't know, personal preference on that. But I have the enhanced audio mode turned on. The audio mix, I've been testing this out. The Treyarch mix sounds the best to me right now. The other one that I would use, if that one isn't quite doing it for you, I would try out Home Theater. But for right now, I'm gonna stick with the Treyarch mix. Make sure you have mute licensed music on, just in case you're streaming or something like that, which is a definitely big bonus for us streamers, and we definitely not trying to get copyright strike. Moving on down here, you can actually change the frequencies on your headphones, which is a nice little feature, which can help you out a lot, especially if you have like a mix amp or a DAC and stuff like that, or maybe just, you know, lesser quality headphones. It can help you out get those the footstep cues and sounds together. Now when you do scroll down here, we'll give you like a low or high pitched sound, so just to be aware of that, so you're not like thrown off by hearing that, or like you get like a basically like a jump scare or something like that. But yes, you can change these, you can copy these. I have the same settings on both sides of my earphones. I'm not really sure if I feel too big of a difference, but you can test this out and see if you like it or not. Scrolling on down here, you can have reduced tinnitus sounds, but I have that off just because I feel like it interrupts with the audio cues and things like that. And that will do it for the audio settings. All right, and interface, make sure you guys have the tutorials turned off. The skip introduction movie, make sure you have that on. Skip kill cam, have that off, because you know we want to see those highlights and plays. Tooltips, you can keep that on for now, you know, just because it's a new game and it'll, you know, help you out and help you learn a few things that you might not know. The essentials, I just have the FPS counter, server latency, packet loss, and the graphics card temp. Anything else you could you know, it's personal preference on that. You can get the in-game alerts like for packet bursts and things like that, but I like to have my screen pretty much as clear as possible. I don't want anything extra popping up that could possibly throw me off. Moving over to readability, the only thing here would be really the color customization. Make sure you have the enemies turned to red and have the saturation and brightness to the max, just to help you be able to, you know, see it a little bit more and pop out a little bit extra. You can use the color filters. If you do use the color filters, make sure you have the world color intensity up and the interface color intensity. Make sure you have both of those up. I would recommend putting both of those on 100. The gameplay HUD, now we do, for the first time in Call of Duty, have a lot of different options that you can use for the HUD, and which is crazy. There's so many options in here, so you really just want to go through these and pick and choose which one works the best for you. And you can also change different things for the mini map. Make sure, and in any of these, make sure you have the mini map on square. Make sure you have mini map rotation, have that on the scale. You can change the size of different things. The icon, you can change the size of your icon on there, and make sure you have the mini map opacity to something that is set to where you can still see it, but not so much too light to where sometimes you might not be able to see things. So make sure you probably want to keep this on 100. You can also change the visibility of the weapon information, the elimination ID, and a lot of things popping up on the screen, which is so useful. You know, when you play Warzone and somebody sends a streak on you and the thing pops up in the middle of your screen, you can now change the visibility of that thing, so it's not all, you know, in your screen and in your face. So it gives it a lighter layout on your screen, which is such a huge thing. I don't know how many times a banner has popped up in the middle of my screen and absolutely pissed me off. So I'm so glad that they added that on here. So you just want to go through here and change the visibilities to something that is set great for you. Moving on down here, I have player names on abbreviated. The crosshair, make sure you have that on for sure. The center dot scale, I like to leave this on default, but I know some players, especially maybe like a mouse and key player, you might want to have this on largest. Crosshair spread, have that on, and the crosshair opacity, definitely make sure you have that on 100. But I think that is going to do it for the interface. Appreciate you guys for checking out today's video, and if you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys hit the sub button, the like button, and turn on notifications. And if you guys need any class setups, make sure you come back to the channel, because your boy is definitely going to be uploading a lot of them. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much, and GG.